Welcome to Lex Cunningham's Pure Garbage Podcast, NBA edition, with Lex, Boston Chowder, and Mr. Smiles.
NBA. Hey, I have with me the Boston Chowder.
Yellow.
And of course, Mr. Smiles.
What up?
Oh, I'm not even done. What up? Okay. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Smiles, we'll start off. Woo! Mr. Smiles, will start off with you, my friend.
The Frozen.
Bom, bom, bom.
Well, DeMar having a pretty good playoff so far, but he had a little situation the other night. He threw the ball at the official after he got called for an offensive foul. So it was kind of an embarrassing situation for him.
He threw a hissy fit. That's what he did, because that's DeMar DeRozan. Why you do that and you cost your team the momentum, I don't understand. And guess what? The series tied 2-2 now, buddy. Yeah. I don't see your Spurs going anywhere. Well, now the Nuggets are taking it. And my boy Jokic with another triple-double.
You love that Jokic kid, the Joker. Popovich is a more experienced coach. Aldridge and DeMar are probably still going to take the series.
I have to add one more thing. I love Jokic, but I also like Jamal Murray. Canadian boy.
All right.
From Kitchener.
Waving the flag for the K-Town boy. Brooklyn.
Oh, there's a little situation going on right now in Brooklyn. Joel Embiid, who is the center for Brooklyn, he's going to get up against Allen, the skinny center for the Nets. And he threw this vicious elbow at his head.
They're all skinny.
Yeah.
He connected. It was a Muay Thai elbow. It was so nice. Yeah. Picture perfect elbow,
and you can see when he hit the floor, he had like 1 second of he's a little bit out for like a second, then he popped back up, and it's like, this is basketball, man. You're not supposed to be throwing elbows.
Yeah, you know that second when you take a shot in the head? Yeah. It's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
To you. You know that, right?
So then he popped up. So then after the game, him and Ben Simmons are like trying to say, he apologized for the situation, and he started laughing about his apology. Started laughing about it. Like it was funny that he elbowed dude in the head, which isn't a cool thing to do.
I don't know. There's parts of Northern Ontario in which that would be absolutely okay.
Oh. The trolling has to stop, and that the fake apologies. We all know it's a heated playoff series. You guys don't like each other. Ben Simmons should just sit down, put his head down, and shut up.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
He's, what is the Australian bad boy? Buddy, have a couple of good games, then you can talk.
Well, his jumper's been missing his whole career for Ben Simmons, right? Like this is one player.
Still in the league, though.
If you ever go to a game, like I remember last time I went to go see the Sixers play the Raptors, he can't shoot. If you watch him in warm up, he can't shoot at all, and it's embarrassing. You're the number one pick. You have all the talents in the world, but for whatever reason, he just can't make a shot.
Well, he's still in the league, though.
Yeah.
I was going to ask why.
It has to be a mental thing. It has to be a mental block because, he can pass. He's one of the best defenders.
Defender, man.
He can rebound. He flies up and down the court. He's fast.
Maybe he thinks too much.
Cannot make a shot from anywhere outside of the paint.
Can't buy a bucket.
Let's go to Philly. Do you want to?
No.
Yeah, Philly. Well, this is a good series. It's a good series right now, and probably Philly's going to win. That's going to be the Raptors' opponent in the second round, which should be a good series.
Listen, if Philly wins this first round series, I see some of those fans eating horse shit again.
Toronto fans, lean into the speaker. Get ready for this. You're going to hear it from our experts, our panel, our guys. I'm going to start with you there, Chowder. Raptors.
What a beautiful turnaround.
Beautiful turnaround.
They're doing great.
Kawhi's
playing like a champ.
Like a champ.
As is Lowry. We don't need the points. We just need the play.
Bring it.
And of course, our favorite here, and I know Mr. Smiles will agree, Spicy Pete.
Yeah, we love Spicy Pete. Pascal is he's made that big jump of, hey, I'm going to be relied on to be a top player on a team trying to win a chip. So it's...
Chip?
Yeah, chip. Oh, sorry.
That's a potato chip?
No, chip. It's like a slang. A chip is a slang for championship. You guys.
You mean ship?
No, chip.
It's
Actually,
a chip now.
Yeah,
in my day, it was ship last week.
Yeah, you call it a ship.
The ring.
You call it a ship. You call it a ring.
Now it's a chip.
The chip, man.
Chip ahoy.
It's a slang. It's a little bit of slang for you guys out there. It's a little bit of slang for you. So Pascal is there. He's gonna.
Anyway.
It's the Urban Dictionary.
Okay, sorry, bro. Continue your point.
So Pascal excellent player, playing great, and it's kind of unexpected. And he's a homegrown talent. It's one of those things where when you draft a guy and develop him for 3 years, and now he's finally showing the fruits of all that labor, all the hard work in the G League.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed maturity level going up.
Big time.
Up and up. Like from the beginning of the season till now, did you see how he handled the pressure in the first game in Orlando? Had a great game.
Yeah, he wants a chip.
Lowry, like I said before, I'm glad we kept him. He was sulking a bit, but listen, finally it went in from his heart and went to his brain. If I play my game and just relax, let Kawhi take over, let Spicy P take over, we're actually going to get somewhere. It's not all on him. He's realizing he's not the main piece.
Yeah. And as this series got along, you can see the chemistry building between Lowry and Kawhi coming along. Like, because throughout the regular season, they didn't actually play that much together. Like, when Lowry missed the game, Kawhi missed load management. Oh, man, I hate load management with a passion. But it was a necessary evil to make sure that Kawhi is now 100% in the playoffs. But it's just, like I said before, if you take your kids to a Raptors game, and then Kawhi's there sitting on the bench in street clothes, oh my God, you're so mad about that.
Well, he had the flu, and things are starting to roll for them now.
Yeah.
Lowry's now a part of the plan, has been for a little while now. Everything is progressive. If they hit a dark spot during this run to the chip bag, will everyone jump back on?
They shouldn't jump on his back as long as he's producing the assists, he's got the steals, and he's hooking up Kawhi and Spicy P and the rest of the guys. By the way, one guy we haven't mentioned that's producing for us and is a great pickup at the deadline was Marc Gasol. You guys see those threes from the big man?
Yes, he's Mr. Downtown with the three, throwing the meteors.
And his defense of Vucevic has been amazing. He's a former defensive player of the year.
He shut him down.
He's shutting him down. Like, when you can see the big difference when they check in Ibaka. Ibaka's a good defender too, but he doesn't have the bulk and the size to handle Vucevic at the way Gasol has actually locked up an all-star player Vucevic this entire series.
So who on the Magic do you think is going to be a superstar? I got 2 players in mind, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Vucevic.
Yeah, and who else?
That's pretty much. I'm not a big fan of their roster. Like, I know former Raptor Terrence Ross has been shooting the ball well during the regular season, but this series,
you hating on T. Ross? That's where I was going.
Yeah, but he's kind of been a flop show in this series a little bit. So
no.
I'm agreeing with Smiles fully. The only good thing he did was that half-court shot at the half.
I thought he was. I think he's leading a little bit on the court with his team. He's not the highest scorer, but he's not also the lowest scorer on that team.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, let's walk into Milwaukee.
What to say? Milwaukee's rolling.
Greatest threat in the
I don't know, buddy. Boston's looking good, man.
This Boston-Milwaukee series is going to be a slugfest because it's kind of thing like the Bucks team, they want to get up and down the floor and shoot a ton of threes and let Giannis just do his thing in the open floor. Boston is more of a defensive team. They slow down. They can't score as well as Milwaukee, so it's going to be a little bit of contrast of styles in that series.
I think this is going to be a great series, number one, because it's good for the Raptors not to have to, to choose one of the two.
Yeah.
Number two, I think personally, Boston is a better team overall.
The Milwaukee.
And especially now, they've got it going, eh? They're playing playoff ball. They're playing like a team. They got all their stars aligned.
Yeah.
I think they can take Milwaukee in 6.
Yeah, and Gordon Hayward, who was their big money signing a couple years ago, and then he broke his ankle in the first game. He's actually starting to round back into form. And and the clincher the other night he had a huge game. And
you see that dunk?
Yeah, it's weird. As for the guy making that much money coming off the bench is still strange to me. But Boston is one of those things, they have too many guys to play, which could be their downfall against Milwaukee, because who's going to close the game?
All right, Portland.
Wow.
You're excited about them.
Yes.
I love Portland. I love Lillard.
He loves Portland.
I love and Dennis Cantor, eh?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. The Turkish
delight.
Wow. He's delightful, all right.
Well, this series has been awesome to watch. An awesome series. Mainly because
and Russell Westbrook.
That's where I was going with this. The point guard matchup of Lillard and Westbrook. Fun to watch. Earlier in the regular season, Lillard and Lillard and Westbrook had a huge matchup, and Westbrook told him, I've been busting your ass for years. And ever since that point, Lillard's been killing him. So it's one of those things where has the tide finally turned, has the injuries finally caught up with Westbrook. In the series so far, Lillard has been the better point guard. I believe that Westbrook is a better point guard over the years than Lillard, but this series is proving that Lillard has been playing better than him.
I don't think it's injuries with Westbrook. I just think he's slowing down, and I think he's losing interest because of his attitude.
Attitude.
Hold on, let me finish. Like I said before, I'll say it again. Lillard is the most underrated superstar in the NBA, hands down, bar none. Okay. And I think the Thunder are done up.
Yeah,
The Thunder are done.
Westbrook, but I don't think Westbrook really has an
Do you believe
attitude, though. It's more that's the way he plays. He
But hold
plays
on.
with that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, but the Thunder are done.
Well, yeah, the Portland's gonna
Come on. Whatever.
Portland's gonna win the series.
Woo.
And
I cracked off about Portland 2 shows ago.
yeah,
you did.
Yeah, I did.
Portland's a good team.
But the Thunder are done. Come on, one more time. Okay, enough of that. I was sick of it anyway, but they're done. So now, for all of you out there that got the Thunder shirts on,
Take them off and put on the Warriors.
yeah, and put them in the same pile that you had the Brooklyn shirts and the Cleveland shirts, and you probably got a rusty Golden State shirt ready to come off your back soon too.
Another reason why OKC lost is because Paul George has that shoulder injury, and that shoulder's a lot more serious than they're letting up.
Smiles, you always love making excuses for
but-
these guys.
In this offseason, you're gonna find out that he had something probably serious in his shoulder. Probably have a little
Listen,
surgery.
Kawhi Leonard played with the flu, man. He played with the flu.
Yeah, but he had a lot of fluids from some people.
Hey.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Golden State just mentioned them.
Yeah, Golden State's still the favorite to win the championship.
Boring.
But I'm like I said before, I can't wait to that Houston Golden State series. That's going to be a fun series, and there's going to be a lot of pushing after the whistles, shoving, hard fouls. And because Houston has something to prove, because they really think they choked it away last year.
They did choke it away last year.
Oh yeah, they did, and they're trying to prove that this is the year they're going to get it
This is
done.
the year.
Listen, there are little in the Warriors' armor.
Little cracks.
And like I said to you guys off air,
Yeah.
the only team that'll take them out is the
Raptors.
or the Rockets before the Raptors.
Yeah.
Because Lowry's my favorite now. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for listening to Lex Cunningham's Pure Garbage Podcast. To find us, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Downcast, or Stitcher.